Welcome, everybody, to the main show. The main show. We have McQueeb. Please introduce yourself. Give me your elevator
Hello,
pitch.
everybody. My name is McQueeb, Twitch partner, former, current, resident roguelike enthusiast. I love indie games. I love showcasing indie games, and that's essentially all I do. I have become known for completing the game Noita, very difficult roguelike, and I did that without taking damage. I was the first person in the world to do that. It was kind of my claim to fame.
Okay.
Just doing my thing. Vibing, as the kids would say these days.
Yuck. We're on TikTok now. We're adults on TikTok. All right, Juan.
As the kids would say. What about Juan? I still don't have an elevator pitch.
I can't believe that, dude. Come on, you had a whole
you gotta
week.
get on that, bro.
I'm me, man. Like,
I can respect
people
that.
see me on TikTok, and that's me. Like,
I can respect that. I feel like I'm gonna be honest, Juan. I feel like you've dipped off a little bit with your TikToks.
Oh yeah, that's been a thing.
Are you planning on coming back?
Yeah. It's just figuring out which direction I want to go in. Really, obviously, I still want to be out there helping streamers, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to accomplish that.
Interesting.
Because TikTok is so saturated with that right now, and it's hard to break through the noise.
That's the biggest thing is right now the discoverability is weird. Like I was about to ask McQueeb, like, do you have any plans? I know you've put together. We use a couple clips from the last chat we had, but also you do some one-off like trend sort of things, or also skits. Do you have anything in the pipeline? I feel like I haven't seen you post in a while either.
I'm reevaluating my stance. Probably much the same one is.
Interesting. Okay.
This last week for me has been. I won't bore you with the details, but to say it's exceptionally difficult, it would be an understatement. I have had a shocking week, and I've just been thinking a lot about myself personally and how I can better use my platform to inspire rather than to sort of, I come down on a few people because they speak shit on TikTok, but I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to go about things there, So I'm kind of in a transitional period. I'm working out what's next, but I'll still put things up from time to time. I've just slowed down because of the last week, so it's more of a logistics thing rather than anything else.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm still clips all day. That's all you're really gonna see from me. But this feeds into it. I've got it easy in a way because this is it. This is all my content. I've fully niched down, if you will. I'm very happy because a lot of people take a very long time to find what they do,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry guys. I'm privileged, as Unstable likes to say. I privilege check, I guess. But did you guys come with like any questions in particular from each other? Because I know we had those conversations afterwards, which was hectic in my Discord. I'm sorry, by the way, that we had so much going on when we did that after show, but it is what it is. But
I kind of figured we'd wind up getting into it and doing what we did in the after show, just kind of vamping off each other.
That's perfectly fine. Real quick. I do want to double back to the uncanny thing. What exactly was that I missed that I'm very upset that I missed?
They were calling it Streaming 101. It was moderated by
Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a place for people in the Uncanny Discord to come and ask questions to streamers who have been doing it for a while. And it was Les Game, Noctwolf, and myself.
I think it's very, like, obviously you guys have made an impact on Twitch Talk, like that subset of Twitch Talk. But McQueeb, how do you feel about that? I'm sure you know all those names by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that panel giving advice for other streamers?
What do you mean how I feel about it?
Like, it's the whole, who can give advice, Like, who's a lot.
So that's one of the things I've been thinking a lot about. Do you remember for those that aren't aware, what was the guy's name?
Which guy?
There's a lot of guys.
The one that I stitched on TikTok, and I said, well, that's one way to look at it, but
oh, you talking about Big E?
Biggie.
He did the
Saw
follow.
Biggie.
He did the follower only. He made fun of a dude for doing follower only.
It wasn't that. It was more the attitude behind it. He said, "Come on, guys, it's 2021. Whatever." He didn't say that, but that was the vibe. It was like he was definitely holier than thou. And I put him in his place a little bit, and I don't know. I don't think that that's not what I stand for.
Yeah.
Now, so it's not my place to say who can and can't give advice on TikTok. Now, there is objectively bad advice going around.
Yeah.
I highly doubt people like and what was it? Now I'm
Knocked Wolf.
Yeah.
knocked.
The
I
streamer
highly
tip
doubt.
guy.
Right. It's one. It's not in their best interest to do that.
Yeah.
But it's that's their thing. Let them be. They're great people.
Yeah.
So
my biggest thing right now, and I've been saying this to a lot, I've actually had 4 people say they want, and Juan, you can take over from this. They want to start Discords where you help other streamers. And we all know my opinions on helping other streamers.
It's a balancing act. It can be a dangerous road if you don't do it right.
Yeah.
Since the last time we've talked, we actually had to ban one person from the Discord.
Like, how bad was the ban though?
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It was someone who was towing the line and kind of testing things.
Okay.
And was told to not go that close to the line multiple times. And finally came into my Twitch chat and made a comment that was standing on top of the line.
Nice.
And we asked him to leave, and yeah,
it
wasn't like a drama tornado or anything like that.
Oh, that's first of all full size bummer, because you guys know I love drama. But that's the thing. That's the thing with helping other streamers. Usually when someone, like, I had I'm not sure if he's still in there, King. If you're still in here, King Charming, he was like, I want to at least a part of my Discord where I can give advice, because it feels good to help other streamers. But the fact of the matter is, every time I feel like streamers get involved with helping each other, it's kind of a dead end, or it gets tricky where you have people having expectations like, oh, you're the guy I'm supposed to go to for help, and then they either bounce or they overstep. Like, they overstep where it is. Also, I think I just got.
That's why I say it's a balancing act, because like in my Discord, obviously when it started, I was the go-to guy because I was the guy on TikTok who was saying, hey, this is how I did it. This is this is a way to do it.
Yeah.
And when I opened the doors to the Discord, I was kind of the, hey, there's Juan. Let's talk to Juan. But I had already in place a group of people who have been streaming for years and years and years that knew everything that I know. And we set up a channel just for streaming help. And when people would come in and ask a streaming question in general, we'd be like, hey, go to the streaming help channel. Yeah. And that is the place where everyone goes now. And we've got, out of the 2,000 people that are there, we've got, 50 or 60 that will pop in. And I've looked in multiple times, and it's all good advice. Like, it comes down to like, oh, well, how do I do this in OBS? Well, this is how you do that in OBS. Let me share your screen, and we'll fix it for you. Or you need a sound check. That's fine. We'll go over your channel and check it out.
McQueeb, did you? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, that's fine.
McQueeb, did you ever think of doing advice? Like, do you have any tips or anything on your YouTube or?
So way back in 2019, I was actually follow botted, and it was a very stressful experience for me.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did create a video. I look back now, and it's kind of like the information's good, but the way I presented it was kind of bland, right? It's not definitely not how I am now. But yeah. So the thing with advice is that it takes a lot of emotional. If you're a good advice giver, it takes a lot of emotional leverage, I guess, to create that content. And to help people one-on-one. So hats off to you, Juan. If you found a system that lets you do that, that's pretty amazing. I do IT as a day job, dude. The last thing I ever want to do is help people in my off time. Yeah. I just spent the last week reformatting and reinstall Windows and troubleshooting a problem. I don't even.
It's that rogue camera, man.
Here's a tip. If you ever if you ever have a stuttering in OBS, by all means, look at your sources first instead of reinstalling your Windows machine. But anyway, yeah, the last thing I want to do is
reinstalled Windows?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep. That's why I've been absent for a few days and struggling to get stuff back up and running. So
within that absence, have you, I guess that was one of the questions from earlier, is did you see any dip in like the community or people showing up from being away? Because that's the big fear. That's what I was talking about, the FOMO of not streaming for like a day or two.
I'd have to check. The last couple of streams that I had last night, I think, well, I can check. You don't mind if I share numbers here? Again, this
That's fine. Hey, I'll share my numbers. I don't know 'em. Hey.
I actually noticed when I'll take occasional weeks off.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the numbers are higher when I come back.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's because you have that built base. Like, luckily, you have a settled community. A lot of smaller, we're still technically small, but like, you know what I'm trying to say is, depending on where you're at in that streaming journey, it could be detrimental. Like, I know a couple streamers who have taken a day or two off and it's just people are gone. And I don't know if it's because they have other streamers following them or that's just their audience right now, is the whole support in a way. Like, not the expectations, but it's just they're other streamers. So if you're not, that train is always going. It is always going. And that's the trick with having an audience that's all streamers, is there's no time to really waste, unfortunately, you know?
The way it was presented to me when I was a baby streamer was, have a schedule and stick to it. Which that's still good advice. You should definitely have a schedule if you can. I understand some people can't. Schedules do help, but the person who kind of mentored me a little bit basically said, look, if you skip a day, then those viewers that you had are gonna go find somebody else to watch in that time frame.
Yeah.
If they like them more than they like you, they're not coming back.
Ooh, we got his sound. Okay,
I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that's how it was presented to me back then. Knowing what I know now, I don't really agree with that. But there's definitely that fear, I think, for newer streamers that if I don't stream, people are going to go find someone else and they're not going to come back to me.
Yeah.
If you're doing everything right, and being, building your base and being entertaining, I don't think that's as much of a concern as it was presented to me.
McQueeb, what was your comment going to be?
No, I completely agree with what Juan just said. That's some of the advice that I heard originally as well, and it's going around, and I can definitely see the reason for thinking that way. It's a very logical way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
If somebody follows you, is interested in your content, they'll be back. It might be months before they come back. Looking back previously, last night was average just over 100 viewers. That's a dip from what I normally get, but at the same time I was trying a brand new game and I just come back, but on the counter to that, received more subscriptions last night than I normally do. So it's like they
flexing on us.
There we go. There it is.
Oh, got him. No, that's all good. It's interesting how that works though. Do you guys think, here's the real question, and this is for me because hey, it's me, do you guys think I'm sleeping on any money because I'm not affiliated?
Yes. No hesitation, yes.
That makes me mad. That makes me mad for no reason, I guess, beyond my own. But it's like, I still can't get past the fact that some people are literally like, I would be subbing to you if just because of the button. The 2 extra clicks.
It is convenience, my dude.
So it's a what's the word? There's a culture on Twitch. It's not expected, but especially not from the streamer's point of view. Obviously, I don't mean that. God damn it! Now I just look like the worst streamer in the world.
I knew what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant.
The Twitch is set up for that reason, and it works well. Ask yourself the following question: how much growth as a brand have you seen by multi-streaming?
Multi-streaming in general. Not all. It's just a convenience thing. Like, multi-streaming is not the reason why I dropped affiliate, but I don't think I've seen any growth. Like, nobody watches on YouTube unless the Twitch is crashing. And Facebook, I'm kind of just doing it. Trovo, I think I just started doing for the shit of it. Like it's literally, hey, don't laugh at Trovo. Apparently, like Harris Heller's moving over to Trovo. That's whole Sam, his editor's moving over to Trovo. No, I think it was an April Fool's joke. But
I bet it is.
like, yeah, but nothing has come from multi-streaming, unfortunately. But that might be because my YouTube game is super weak. Like I just put myself on YouTube. I don't really curate my YouTube right now. But
So, going back to culture, because McQueeb was spot on with that.
yeah,
There's a different culture on YouTube, and if we're still talking about income, the culture on Twitch is if you see someone and you like what they're doing, you subscribe to them. If you really like what they're doing, you throw bits at them. On YouTube, the culture there is I'm gonna go watch a video. Like
yeah,
that's YouTube culture.
yeah,
And the YouTube Live is not like I know they have like super chats or whatever it's called over there. I've never seen anybody use that. I think I used it one time on Retro for the First Times channel, just because I saw it and I was like, I'll support the guy. But yeah, it's the culture here, and if you were affiliate, what are you doing to me?
I'm
See you
turning
over
you
there
up
clicking things.
I'm turning you up a tiny bit because it's coming down.
Did I
low.
get quiet? Did I
Yeah.
get quiet? Okay.
You're good. You're good.
My
Go,
bad.
go, go.
I'll lean into the microphone.
You're good. Go, 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 go.
But no. So like the culture here on Twitch is if you like somebody, you support them through that. And like McQueeb was saying, it's not expected from the streamer point of view, or at least not for good streamers. You don't expect that. You're doing what you do, and if people like it, it happens. But from the Twitch culture, it's accepted. I think accepted is more the word than expected.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's the thing. Like it's you see less people donating on PayPal or going through Patreon. Now I'm not saying the Patreon thing's a bad idea. I think what you're doing with the after parties, genius. Like I don't know what your Patreon looks like. I'm not gonna go that deep into.
Oh, you won't go to my Patreon? No.
No. I'm saying I'm not gonna ask you how well you're doing on Patreon. Because
It's about as much better than I thought it would. I have I think
Okay.
10 people right now, but I'm making
Yeah.
it's $10 a month, and I'm making 94 because Patreon only takes like 3%. So
that's great. That's great.
like in comparison to like subs and whatnot, if you want to talk about monetization, it's so like
it's the Twitch tax.
yeah,
You're paying the Twitch tax. I think we talked about that last time,
yeah, it's
or maybe it was in the after show.
if no
That 50%.
if
Twitch tax.
anything, it's more so people are willing to give up 50% of what they donate to Twitch just to support you. Like that, if that's not support, I don't know what it is. It's like I know
They can throw bits at you, and then you get 100% of it. Then the money's taken out on the front end.
yeah, but it's still so bizarre to me that culture that Twitch is built in is just very grifty, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
It doesn't have to be, but you might not be. For example, we had this exact conversation just before we came live. We weren't going to talk about finances at all, and yet here we are deep into it.
Sorry, we don't have to.
I mean, we
it's-
haven't gone that deep into finance.
It's fine, but like I believe it or not, am not earning anywhere near as much as one.
Yeah.
And that's interesting since leaving my full-time job is my primary goal, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not capitalizing on a lot of different things. Now I run a kind of a unique channel in that it's very low key. There's not a lot of like on-screen pop-ups and audio stuff and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's essentially hurting me right now. So I need to build a brand based around me, and sort of it'd probably be what would be the term? Quantity of subs versus the amount going on there. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm not very clear.
No, you're good. Do you think because of the type of community you've built, it harbors more financial support? I mean, we can jump out of financials if you want, but
I talked to AnimeDatty about this, and I think what's happened from the financial aspect was accidental.
yeah,
Because I came into the building the community from a platform of trying to support other people.
Yeah.
And that kind of spread through the community like a wildfire, and everybody took that idea to heart. A lot of the people in the chat know that when I raid out, I do a hype train,
Yep.
and we try to hype up whoever that streamer is, and I think that became kind of just a common thing for me to do, and other people have taken that and gone, yep, I'm gonna do that too. So I don't even instigate them half the time anymore.
That to me though is part of like, okay, it's like I said, when I first started, I was subbed to 30 people because it was just part of the whole support structure that within these communities, like we're all trying to help each other out. Whether like you're outside of the skeeviness of some of those communities, is that creates this culture that has what are you laughing at?
Comments in your chat.
Is the fact that damn it, chat's got us, is the fact that people now do that. It's that camaraderie of Twitch where you come in and the hype trains and people start donating, and it's just like, I don't know. Before that, what was it before? People were donating, right? People before there were bits, before there were subs and whatnot, it was direct tips, right?
I don't remember Twitch before bits.
That's before all of us, I think.
Damn.
I mean,
and he gets emojis.
I mean, I've been on Twitch for many, almost a decade, I guess, watching, but never as a creator. So I couldn't answer that.
You never like tipped while watching in all that time?
I've never done a PayPal tip.
Heathens. Not heathens.
It's not the culture, man.
I know, and I'm the black sheep of this whole thing because I would prefer putting direct cash in someone's pocket than going through Twitch. But I guess it's also easier,
I think, for the streamer with the bits and the subs, because at the end of the year you get a 1099 from Twitch, and it makes taxes a lot easier than having to go through PayPal and figuring that crap out.
Isaac said gifted subs, but I guess you're anti-affiliate. I'm not anti-affiliate, you guys. I'm a jerk. I'm a bully. Is basically what
he's anti-affiliate for
affiliate
because he doesn't want to. He's anti-affiliate for him because he doesn't want to make money.
Yeah, I hate money, everyone.
He hates money. That's what it is.
I can only be as genuine, but also make sure you go to my Patreon and sign up for my Patreon. Content.
So here's the thing with your Patreon though. You make it. There's value there.
That's the thing.
Right?
That's the thing about Patreon is it's forcing me to create the value. Like when I was subbed, like chat, let me know how you feel. Is I felt so much pressure as soon as I was able to get those subs. I was like, I need to do stuff for these people. I need to make these subs worthwhile. But there was like this weird blend of, well, I had the emotes, and then there's still the fact that people are just donating subs. It's not like people are actually signing up. There was that huge, like Isaac said, the gifted sub factor where I was like, it's people who don't necessarily want to be a part of the community. So I got this like weird blurred line of what should I be doing to give back for the people subbed, So with Patreon, it's like, this is all on me. And that's why I love Patreon so much.
So because of Patreon, having Twitch and, well, Twitch and Patreon, why not focus on those two? Right? And no, I'm not saying you run your channel the way you want to run your channel. But if you're not seeing growth as a brand, and that's the key there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying an individual sub or follow on whatever platform you're talking about, but as a brand, that's, in my opinion, the only reason you would want to multi-stream. In fact, I think Devin Nash would agree with me on this one.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, what's the point?
I don't know. It'd be difficult. Like, yeah, I'm not, as far as the multi-streaming goes, I don't think it's brought any benefit. For anyone interested in multi-streaming, I don't think there's a benefit unless you already have a built audience on YouTube. And even then, they know your YouTube for those VODs, not necessarily going live. I mean, if you guys want to...
I like the way you do multi-streaming with the chat. Like you have YouTube chat and Twitch chat all together. I'm assuming that's some bot that you use.
Yeah, it's the Restream bot, yeah.
That's always been my concern with multi-streaming, is being able to handle both chats.
So
it's tricky.
Let's do a quick poll. How many people are watching on each of your other platforms?
Hey, Hey, okay. I'm still a small streamer. I don't really know. I don't know how many people are actually in here because I don't keep the viewer count on like you, McQueeb. Which I do want to start. I do want to start keeping it on to gauge my performance because I did like that when you mentioned that, keeping it on to gauge performance. But
so that's not for everybody. I realized when I said that I didn't do it when I started out, but it is very helpful for me. Other people may be very intimidated by that, and I don't think that those people should be necessarily doing the same thing. But
I think
it's entirely up to yeah. There's definite when I drop from X number to Y number, it's like if nothing significant has changed, if my mood is still upbeat, if whatever, blah blah blah. Hell, one of my people in my sort of circle, I guess, might have gone live, and people said, "Oh, I prefer that guy," or "I feel like watching that guy," or "I feel like a change." Right?
Yeah.
It's out of my control, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't notice that.
yeah,
But then I start to think about it, and if you're not used to multitasking emotionally, then
it's like a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch you watch a dip from 40 to 20, and you're like, "Oh, what did I say? What did I do?" And then the brain just goes off on this train, and it's not a train you want to be on.
Juan, do you keep your viewer count on? No, you keep yours off. I think that's
I don't know what my peak is until after the stream is over.
Yeah, it's a weird beast because more and more I see the tips from all the new and old Twitch tippers, if you will, talk about keep your viewer count off. Do yourself a favor, turn the viewer count off. But it's there for a reason, in a sense, right? Like you should utilize it in a way.
My perspective is
it's also got an off switch for a reason.
That too, yes.
My perspective is you're an entertainer, and people are there, and some of them are paying to be there. You should be doing the same show to 10 people that you would do to 10,000.
Yep.
Yeah. I assume all 1,000 of my followers are here, and I will talk about them and drop their names. And even people who don't follow me, I talk about them because that's what I do.
Going back to your bit thing we were talking about earlier, started June 27th, 2016. I started streaming on Twitch June 25th. So that's how close I was to not knowing what bits were.
Nice. That's damn. I feel like I haven't seen bits. I see a lot of gifted subs. That's like the big. I don't see a ton of. Actually, one. That's a lie. Usually, when I go to your streams, there's a ton of bits. But
if only you were affiliate.
We're not gonna talk. Real quick, Mycosa asks, what thoughts on diversity?
Like we wouldn't raid AnimeDatty, right?
What's the thoughts on diversifying income? What do you mean, Mycosa? Like
do it.
Income with what?
I've got thoughts there.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I think that's a great idea, and I'm looking for new revenue streams all the time, right? So I started a merch line. I am, starting to reach out to, potential partners in terms of, sponsored content, stuff like that. There's dozens of ways to do it, right?
We're gonna drag you into Streamloots.
Oh no, not stream loots.
But that's one of those things that may not fit with the vibe of my channel, right?
Yeah.
So I've kind of gotten together this culture of, I don't even know the word, calmness, right? Like it's a place
you're
you come.
a chill streamer.
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't like that?
You don't like chill stream?
You don't like chill streamer? Your vibes?
Whenever I see that in a title, I dip so fast, man.
It's true. It is kind of chill streamer.
Some people look for that.
They do.
It's true. I'm 41 this year. My chat is a little bit more respectful than your average stream.
Okay.
Slash mature, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not grown up talk, but yeah.
Relaxed atmosphere.
Thank you, Night Owl. Yes, that is correct.
Unbelievable.
On TikTok, that's still chill stream.
Yeah, that's the thing. But
good vibes only, man.
Yeah, my buddy Luke hates vibes. There's so many buzzwords that I can't say now. Community now, networking, collab, small streamer.
I still say them.
Content creator is getting to the point where I can't even say content creator because it's just like what like. I'm just
See, now you know how I feel about influencer. We talked about that in the Patreon thing. Like that's exactly where I'm at with influencer.
Yep, it's getting to that point.
It just makes me cringe.
It's so weird, and I don't know why. Experience asks an unrelated question about branding. Have you ever wanted to change or shorten your name, especially if you question if it's the right decision, and you can't go back for 6 months? Asking for a friend from the Experience Network.
That's a long name. That's a long name.
Have you guys ever rebranded or thought about
I
rebranding?
rebranded about 6 months ago.
Did you?
I'm probably due for another one,
What?
but I wouldn't change my name though.
Okay.
I was Smokey One Kenobi.
Whoa, wait.
Yep.
That was
my name.
legitimately
Smokey
your
One Kenobi. That was my name.
Everybody, this has been a wonderful chat, but unfortunately we will have to cut this short because hilarious.
There's a long story behind that, but it has to do with me as a young person, and I had a mentor. That was his screen name, and he is no longer with us. And I picked up the name to kind of continue it on, and that was my screen name from like 13 on.
Okay.
Until last year.
So what was the process like changing over? Was it difficult? Did
Terrible.
It really?
Yeah. If you ever want to watch your view count drop, change your name on Twitch.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess you even at that point you still didn't have, you think, a base of people who knew who you were.
I did. That was back in the Twitch Sings days, so there were a lot of people who knew me from Twitch Karaoke, and it was just a situation where the go live notifications would go out, and they had no idea who WanHitWonder was, even though I had tried to like push it out and say, hey, this is happening. I'm gonna be changing my name, but if they don't, like, that name recognition is completely gone.
Yeah. I'm glad that my name is what it is now because it does have that punch. A name is really important. I think it had to have been Devin Nash because
most of the good names are gone.
Most of the good names are gone, and also I think it was Devin Nash said like two like AnimeDatty, like it's too many. Like McQueeb is perfect. It's spot on.
Yeah.
Like the shorter it is, the better. If you think XQC, I think is longer.
And the easier to spell, I think, would be good. But just because, so here's the thing. So on people's links on TikTok, if you click on that link and they're currently hosting someone, you cannot get to their page.
Yes. Yeah.
So what I try to do is memorize it, and then if I'm memorizing and going over to my mobile Safari because I can't copy paste whatever on a PC.
Yeah.
It's so much easier if it's just very succinct, I think is the word I would be looking for. Mm-hmm.
I spent 6 weeks trying to come up with a 2-syllable name, and obviously that didn't work out.
It's fine. The first part though hits because your community literally makes up names.
Yep.
So
That's why we kept the Wan out of Smokey Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, it has luckily that sort of thing can naturally evolve within a community, those inside jokes and stuff. So it's working out, I would think. But
I would say if you are going to change your name, check everywhere and be sure that name is available. Because if you're gonna go through the struggle of rebranding, rebrand everywhere. And it is so nice to say I am so and so on all
everything.
Yep.
Juvenalia. I don't know if you guys know Juvenalia, the homie. Talk about him constantly. We're dating. We're getting breadsticks at Olive Garden. He wanted to change his name from Juvenalia because it's a little bit of a weird name to just Juve, Joov. And there's someone on Twitter, and I saw it on Twitter. He's just like, "How much do I have to pay you?" It's some random girl to just get your tag because he couldn't change Juvenalia to Juve, and it's been this like whole process because people were like, when you hear the word Juvenalia, you think juvenile, and he's like, that doesn't really. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's fair. Yeah.
So now it's this whole process where he wants to rebrand, including the name, and it's just been this. But that goes with knowing what you want when you start streaming.
To be fair, people are going to call him Juvie if he does Joov.
That's true. I guess so.
So he's going from juvenile to a prison for young people.
Yeah, it's not great. Hey, Juve, if you're around, sorry, dude. It's just bad all around, no matter what you do. You should try AnimeDatty. What can I say?
Yeah. It could be worse. You could be AnimeDatty. That's right.
Hey, easy. I took this 69 off at least. Go on, McQueeb.
I don't have the same name everywhere. So my
that is true. Yeah.
Instagram, my Twitter, and Facebook all have "it's" in front of it, so it's McQueeb, right?
Yeah, but nobody cares about those sites.
Whoa.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
It-
I'm taking
like you
punches
said,
at
right?
AnimeDatty.
Like you
That
said.
wasn't targeted at you, McQueeb.
Stop attacking my social media homes.
like you said, it would be nice, but at the same time, I'm good. You know, I've got everything sort of linked everywhere, so I don't really mind so much. It's fine. Which
you're
is
also
weird.
you're also
for
at
me
a
to
different
say.
level than us, though. Like you're at that partner
I'm really
level.
not.
I know you feel like you're not, but you are.
It's weird because, first of all, when McQueeb decided to start hanging around with me, I was like, yo, do you like, I feel like I'm a nobody. Hey, you like, we hang, you come in the Discord. we
McQueeb is
chat.
by far the coolest partner I've ever talked to.
Yeah, one of the few. It's true though. When we see partner, at least coming from my perspective, when we see the partner check, it's Twitch makes it look like this huge. They're above us in some way. It's like this a different level. I mean, it's kind of a different level, but not really. You know, like McQueen, do you ever get that vibe from other people? Vibe. Put it in there.
I think I mentioned this before, but I turned off my partner checkmark on other people's chats.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which you can do on a global scale, right? It's same as like the TwitchCon 19 one, or any sort of one that you get given automatically. I don't really need the recognition. Do I see it as like a whole nother level? No. I worked very hard to get there. As you know, I didn't have that sort of push to. It just sort of happened organically. But at the same time, no, I don't. No, and just a regular dude.
It's so that's again that's like when I say like you're the coolest partner I've talked to. I've talked to other partners, and there is with I'm not going to drop any names, and I know you're going to hate that, Daddy, but I'm not doing it.
We'll do it later.
Maybe. But I've talked to other partners in the past, and there
Patreon.com/
there is this air of I'm better than you because I have a check mark. And
Really?
McQueeb, I've talked to you so much now, you have never come off like that, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
You've really run into people like that.
Oh God, yes.
That doesn't make them a shitty streamer. That makes them a shitty person.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think that the problem there is that if you have that check mark, and there are ample amounts of people out there who see that and go, that person can help me. I want something from that person. And you wind up with all these people, and every time somebody talks to you, you have to ask yourself, are they talking to me because they want to, or are they talking to me because they want something from me? And I
told you my story about TwitchCon 2019, right?
Oh yeah,
you did.
Yeah, you can bring it up again. Yeah.
So I went to TwitchCon 2019. I was an affiliate at the time, and there were so many people there that were constantly hustling, I guess is the word, right? This is their one opportunity to make it, and somehow other partners or bigger streamers or whatever were gonna be the ones to do that for them. Yeah. Everybody's looking for the shortcut, which pisses me off entirely. But I had conversations, and this happened at least half a dozen times. People would come up to me, we'd be chatting, we'd be getting along great. I'd notice their eyes glance at my badge, which said affiliate on it, and it was blue, not purple, I think.
Yeah.
And they would make some excuse to cut the conversation short, regardless of how well we were getting along. I was there just to get out of my shell, right? 2019, I just started streaming. I didn't really feel confident in myself, and that happened so much, and it was really disappointing. So I'll be interesting to see. If TwitchCon happens, I would love it if you guys came along. But if TwitchCon happens this year, I'm definitely going, and I will. I'll see if there's a difference this time.
Oh, your boy will be there, and I'll be opening a booth and doing podcasts from that booth, even if it's on the street.
Hey, that's dope.
What
Nice.
I'm hearing, Jordan, is that if we go to TwitchCon this year, we get to hang out with a partner.
This is it, boys. You want opportunity.
We're gonna make it, guys.
We can get into all of the lobbies we're not supposed to be in. As I can't even do it because
all
I'm
the
not
VIP passes.
They're gonna
streaming in the bathroom like Dr. Disrespect.
Oh my god, they're gonna look at me and just be like, "All right, so what's your affiliate number or what the fuck ever?" And I'll be like, "Hey man, I don't respect Twitch enough to be affiliated. Like, you have to leave, sir. You're a multi-streamer. Shame, shame. We know your name."
Oh my god, they're talking about WanCon in chat again.
WanCon. It'll be a subset of TwitchCon.
So the WanCon thing all came from, like, we were talking about TwitchCon this year and
Yeah.
whether or not if they did it we were going to go. And I said, we'll do a fundraiser or something. We'll rent out a penthouse and get some drinks and.
That sounds like a swinger party.
Well, I mean, there's going to be fun.
Interesting.
Not that kind of fun.
Hey. Go on.
But no, so we said okay, well, if TwitchCon doesn't happen, we should do something with the community. So it turned into, we found an Airbnb like 40 minutes away from Dollywood in Pigeon Forge.
Okay.
That sleeps like 20.
Jeez.
And we're talking about just like renting out a bunch of cabins and going there to have a convention, and they decided it was called WanCon.
I mean, so doubling back, I guess, to TwitchCon. What is the point of TwitchCon? Because McQueeb, you've been, but is there a beyond meeting people and maybe meeting up with other streamers who you know from this realm? Is there business aspects of going to TwitchCon? Is there like
yeah. So there's like all of your major players have booths there. So like Stream Elements was there, and that's actually the reason I switched to Stream Elements, was because one of their reps got a hold of me and told me about the product. Streamlabs, all of those kind of major people are there, and it's, think of it like E3.
Yeah.
But not specifically for gamers, more for, content creation.
Yeah. Content creation. There's the word, everybody. I need to get a counter at this point for all the buzzwords.
Dude, I much prefer content creation than streamer, because streaming takes up 20% of my output.
Yeah.
I had someone argue with me on TikTok for days that Twitch streaming is not content creation.
Yes.
By definition, it is.
By
They're
definition, it is. I know. But they argued with me for days. They're like, no, you're just streaming. It's not content creation. Like, what?
So what that person is probably trying to say is that streaming is easy, and that it
Which
takes
means
no
they've
effort.
never done it.
Well, I wouldn't disagree necessarily. It is the lowest common denominator when it comes to content creation, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Mr.
why.
Chill Stream.
Well,
yeah, with your partner numbers. Now go on.
But bottom line, if you want to become a content creator, if you stream every day, everybody knows this, you won't grow, right? Yeah, I think they're exactly. I think I see where they're coming from, but don't necessarily agree with the concept. So
yeah, it's a portion, right? Like you can't be huge on the internet if all you're doing is streaming in today's society. Like it's just nine times out of 10 you can't.
There's always an exception to the rule.
We're talking like you have to be lightning in a bottle kind of thing. Yeah,
right. There's always that one outlier that's gonna screw it up. But I don't remember the last time somebody blew up on Twitch that was just doing Twitch.
Yeah. I'm still, when you asked that last time, I'm still racking my mind and trying to think who didn't at least put in certain moves to be lucky. Put themselves, once again, my whole thing with luck is right place, right time, and you can put yourself in those places.
Right.
Also, Brian says, you were found. A concert is content creation, so why isn't a live stream? I always consider the live stream a stage, which is true.
Yep.
Concerts.
The 5 o'clock news is live. It's technically a stream. Like that's still content.
Is it It's live. Is it content creation if you don't record it?
Twitch does.
Yeah, Twitch does. That's right. It lives on. Well, you can turn that on or off. Like you can turn VODs off.
But yeah, I think
maybe publicly, but they're still recording.
Well, fair enough.
Big brother. Open mic night over stream. I think streaming is open mic night. I've made that comparison before, but that's just my comedian mindset.
I have a Streamloots card for open mic night.
Tell some funny jokes. You need to show up in the past to show up in the future.
No, it's all singing.
I have a question for Juan.
Ooh, okay.
I have an answer for McQueeb.
Well, we'll see.
Oh dear.
Love it. I love it. Go.
So you're very big on rating, right? And you're very big on
not so much rating as support.
No, I get it. I sorry, I generalized, but you know what I'm saying.
Rating is worthless for the most part.
Yeah.
But you also didn't have an elevator pitch ready, and that's one thing that I think you should be working on. And I'm still working on mine, right?
Mhm.
Because if you do get raided,
Oh, I
personally,
mean, I do have that. Like I'll say, hey guys, you know, I'm WanHitWonder, blah blah.
it
blah,
was a
fun.
meme. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I make jokes. I make jokes, McQueeb. It's what I do. I actually I have a alert for raids, so that the alert says it, so I don't have to.
Interesting. Oh
Got
yeah,
it.
no, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
I mean, it's I pop up from the bottom like a gopher, and it just says, "Oh my God, guys, it's a raid. We've been through raids before. It's gonna be okay. We're fine. We're fine. Say something funny. Say something clever so
Yeah.
they don't leave. Oh my God, I don't have enough time. No!" And then I slide out of the frame, and people seem to laugh at that and they hang out. But
Within 5, so there's a question brought up, ratings worthless, let's talk about it. Within 5 seconds, 95% of people that you bring over to that other community are going to leave.
Yep.
I've been trying to get better with raids, and I think there needs to be a crossover with community or content, so game or genre or whatever, right? And I always use this situation, this hypothetical. You know, if I've got a couple of hundred people in my stream and I stepped over to one who's playing Apex or whatever, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
you never
My
want to see Juan
audience-
play Apex.
Yeah.
I mean, Juan's the nicest guy I've ever met, but
Whoa, now
it doesn't.
That's big praise.
It doesn't matter if he's the nicest or the
You're
meanest
messing
person.
up my shit, man.
My whole job is just derailing McQueeb.
We got you. You got this, McQueeb. We got this. This chaos is what I
I will
thrive on.
shut up, McQueeb. I will let you get your thought out. I'm sorry.
You can't bring
He lose
him
it.
over.
He lost it. You
Right,
gotta bring
becau-
people over to me.
So as nice as Juan is and as inviting as that would be, if they're not completely enraptured by him, in other words, is Juan similar enough to the content that they're used to? It is pointless. It's a waste of time for everybody.
Right. The video that I posted about when you got your raid from Lethal Frag got so much attention on TikTok because first of all, I think I started off, I did the hook. I did, oh my God, I hooked people in, but they say because it is such a interesting method to study who you're going to raid. Obviously can't do it every single time, but the idea, the warm handoff, as you say, was exactly what an effective raid is, and you can't really do that. You can maybe, if you have friends that play the same thing, you can bleed over if two people are playing Apex Legends. Assumingly, if you push your audience over to Apex Legends, they might stick around, and especially if you're friends. That's the whole idea of even teams, even the small defense. I'm still not a huge fan of Twitch teams, is the fact that you can kind of work together within that team if you're doing raids. And then the community too, the Discord community is... there's some warm handoff compared to just a random go to different game, and that is super effective. But even still, it's not. If you look at the statistic sides of rating, it doesn't do much. Maybe one or two, and then worst case is the whole empty follows. Unfortunately, whether they're empty or not,
that follows don't matter on Twitch. We talked about that last time. They don't hurt you. They don't help you. It's all about view count, and as far as that goes, and you can have 50 followers and have 50 viewers, or you can have 5,000 followers and have 50 viewers, and you're still doing the same. Like, but going back to the warm handoff thing, it made me think, like, with the way that the Discord community is set up, and I know that you're terrified of my Discord community, Jordan. I know.
I'm just
like it.
you know how I feel about support within streamers. You can do it. It's just a very tricky road, but
it is definitely a tricky balancing act, and I'm seeing that more and more every day. But the way that I do the raids in the community, and we talked about this a little bit last time, is we have a leveling system in the Discord, and I know you hate that too.
it is what it is.
But the reason why I do that, or a reason why I do that, is because those people who have gotten to that level, and it's not a hard level to reach. We had someone hit that level in 2.5 hours the other day. Like, it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
It's just getting out there and talking to other people in the community. So the people who I raid are the people who have spoken to others in the community and gotten that name recognition and made friends. So when the people who are from the community are watching me and I raid someone like RN Gamer who's here, people from the community know RN. And they're like, okay, let's go. and they're more likely to stay because that warm handoff has already happened in the Discord.
Yes.
So I don't really have to. I don't have to gauge who I'm rating so much.
It's the whole becoming familiar with other creatives is still very. It's good. Like obviously, pretty much everyone in here, because of the nature of the show, are going to be streamers. They're going to be watching for streaming reasons. But like I know everybody's name for the most part. Like except for the few that are new. I know Fama, I know Isaac, all from TikTok. It's about building those relationships, and then hopefully through that, those raids come with it. Because you talk, it's your name gets mentioned. Like if you're in a stream and you're just already talking about other streamers, you're gonna go, oh well, they're on, raid in, and then you can kind of build that. Like Gem raids into my channels a lot because she's few, and it kind of sucks because you want to branch out a bit, but it's a lot of work doing that. That is a ton of work. Like with you with the Lethal Frag, it was literally he put in work to make it happen, and I think that's very hard to do, and nobody thinks to do that, and that's why raids aren't effective.
So here's a question for you. I am legitimately looking at creating a TikTok where I ask people to introduce me to other indie game players or roguelike players, right? But that requires
/my name here.
That requires exactly that, right? Like the sharing of links. And I think the TikTok, I'm going to get called out for it if I put it up on TikTok specifically, because right now TikTok's a fucking minefield, dude.
Two things are going to happen. Two things are going to happen if you do that. One, that video is going to do phenomenally well. You're going to get 100,000 views on it. And two, you're going to get called out by some Twitch talker.
What I might do is say drop the link of somebody else.
That's not going to happen.
Down below.
It's not going to happen. They're going to drop their own links.
Also, yeah. It's not going to happen because nobody wants to share that information. Because once again, have you heard me say this a million times now? Streamers are inherently selfish. We are trying to build our own brands. That's why it's so tricky with the support of other streamers. I
disagree with
the
that.
ones that aren't selfish go farther.
I disagree with that completely, yeah.
I just, every time I run into...
So here's the thing. A lot of people starting out think that if somebody's watching AnimeDatty at the same time frame as me, they can't possibly be watching me, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at it as a sort of a win-lose scenario. Every streamer that comes into my chat, whether it's on Twitch or on TikTok or on Twitter, I'll try to hype them up. If I like their content, I'm going to promote them no matter what.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the fallout from that, because I care about people and I want to see people succeed. If that person does blow up and become the next XQC, guess who they're going to remember, right? It comes down to empathy and being a good human before looking out for yourself. Yes, we're all trying to grow brands. I agree with that. But to the detriment of everybody else, like
you don't have to step on people's heads to get to the top. Like it's a lot
all.
of people think that way.
Not at all.
I did see a question from Fama Llama Ping.
Yeah, I was
love that name.
Fama. Okay, real quick background. Shouts out Fama. Full on.
Can we all do the look real quick? Am I got that right?
I saw.
You raise your eyebrows.
Yeah.
And then you
bite
your lip.
Sandwich like explain it. You got to raise the eyebrows, you got to squint, and then you go.
Okay, that is not it.
This is not it right here. This ain't it.
Unbelievable. Anyway, real quick, Fama is the whole reason why I do this. He started a support for support community, and we all got in over our heads. He's the reason why he stopped doing it. He's now fully in his own, he's building his own thing again, but is the reason why I'm so adamant on making sure people have no expectations with streaming, because it can get very messy and people are there for the wrong reasons and blah, blah, blah. I made the best of it because I made real relationships from it, but shouts out Fama. He's the OG. Go check him out. He's a cool dude. Fun guy. Welsh. Also very Welsh. So anyway, go on.
Somebody said smolder in the chat. I gotta.
But yeah, do you think even if you don't announce support for support, oh, there you go, constantly offering support is why people come to your stream? If you stop small streamer support, would your views drop?
So obviously I don't know the answer to that because I've never done it. But I don't know why I would stop. Like that's why I got into this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not why I started streaming, but it's why I stream now and why I opened the doors to the Discord. It's because there are a lot of people out there trying to do what we're doing right now, and there's not a lot of real guidance that you can find. Like there are a few people out there like Harris Heller, like Devin Nash, that are doing what they can to point people in the right direction. But it's not. There's not a lot of situations where you can get that that community to where you can go and say, "Hey, I'm struggling with A. Can you help me with it so that we can get to B?"
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do. So I don't see me ever stopping. If you're talking about like from like a financial position on that question, the way that it is currently, it's the community has turned into this weird thing where that's not really a problem, because everybody is kind of on board with that, and I'm having to contribute less and less.
Yeah.
I still try to I try to do a percentage, because obviously some of the money that comes in needs to go to upgrades and needs to go to bills, like because I do business internet, it's not cheap, but it needs to go to the housekeeping things. But when whatever's left over, it either goes back into the community or it goes to charity. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like I said,
I
when
don't see ever stopping.
Fama got into it, we didn't want it follow for follow. We wanted to literally help other streamers. And like I said, inherently, like, it's good. I think passively helping streamers is fantastic. Everybody should be, like, the whole economy of smaller streamers, regardless small or big. If you build an economy of supporting each other, we can all assumingly succeed in different ways. The tips, like I said, you can give the tips. There's always room for tips. Once again, we
It's
found
always the same tips, but
it's always the
people
same.
need to hear themselves.
I was hanging out with Katie and Abel and I think King Charming last night, and we found Tim the Tatman's like 2014 YouTube video saying the same stuff that we've been hearing for years, that Harris Heller has said, that people on TikTok. Tim the Tatman had hair. He was sitting there with hair, like long hair coming out the back.
What?
I put a tweet. Once again, everybody, if you're not following me on Twitter, what you doing?
I'm following you on Twitter. I just never look at Twitter.
Unbelievable.
Because Twitter's dead.
It's not dead. It's just you gotta breathe a life into it.
You have to curate.
Yeah,
I'm trying to pull those faces out of Jordan, because he makes the best faces when I say things like that. Yeah.
Anger. No,
Take everything I say when I'm talking to Jordan with a grain of salt, guys.
yeah.
Just saying.
Don't worry. I don't have the alcohol for when I get called Bud, so we're in the clear. I don't have to
It'll
worry
be
about.
okay, bud.
We don't have to worry about that. But no, it's those tips will always be valid. And there's new streamers every single day, so it's not bad. It's just when somebody tries to build, they see those Tim the Tatman. It's that make or break it moment where you go. Tim the Tatman probably went, okay, this helped me boost ahead. These tips and helping other streamers is great. I made the YouTube video. Now it's time to move on and curate my own content. There's that
Yeah.
balance you need to find. And a lot of streamers get caught up in just giving out the advice and can't make that sort of change, which is what I'm scared of, is supporting other streamers at all cost and not working on your own thing. Because like Fama went from averaging anywhere from almost partner numbers to now it's around like 20, 30. It's still amazing, still really good numbers because he made genuine relationships within that. But it's gone. It's just like people doing the partner push. Who's there for the right reasons or for you? That's the big thing that I try to push so hard with streaming, because I see so many people get discouraged and stop and just completely disappear from the scene. Even they're good friends, and I want to see them succeed. It's just scary. That's all.
I've lost a lot of friends along the way that couldn't handle what comes with working on a Twitch channel, and
Yeah.
it's sad. Like really, really good streamers that could have been huge, and they couldn't take it, because there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There's the pressure to always be on. That's why we don't stream our community days. Like, we do community days every second Saturday. We do not stream them because I don't want to have to be on for the entire night.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I don't want anybody else to feel like they have to be entertaining the masses either. You got to take breaks. Like, that's the big thing. And I tell anybody who will listen, stream less, take breaks,
I have FOMO.
work on other things.
I can't do it.
Don't worry about it's gonna burn you out, man.
Oh, I'm
gonna burn you
burnt out. It's just been I'm riding this train and it's not slowing down. Ugh.
It'll catch up with you eventually. It caught up with me. Like I quit streaming for almost a year.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that if I was gonna come back or not. Granted, back then I was doing nothing but Twitch, and yeah, it's not a good look, as the TikTok people would say.
Yeah. But Juan, did any of these topics come up yesterday in the whole? I feel like it's more curated for that situation, for that Discord.
There was a question list for yesterday. Yeah, it
Okay.
was. I don't have that handy right now.
No, that's
but,
good.
It was. You know, we had a list of questions that were apparently sent out ahead of time. I got them 30 seconds before we went live, so we just kind of played it by ear. But it was definitely less chaotic. It was less chaotic.
Perfect. McQueeb, did you? Looked like you put a look. Do you have something to say? Like as far as the
No.
Sometimes
McQueeb just makes looks.
Yeah,
He
but
just-
every once in a while I'll be like, okay. I'll make these looks and I feel like there's something to say. Sorry, I'm reading people wrong.
I've learned to not look at McQueeb when I'm talking, because I'll see him do one of those looks and I'll go, oh, he disagrees. Oh dear.
But so here's a point on that specifically. I like it when people disagree. I like being wrong because that that gives me an opportunity, whether I take it or not. That gives me an opportunity to grow, whether that's increase my knowledge, increase my business acumen, or some part of me is going to get better if I step out of my comfort zone and start talking to other people. So me disagreeing with you is never a bad thing, and unless you're being a dickhead, I'm not going to throw you under the bus, right? Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like some people don't disagree well. Like I like you, the three of us here, we can respect if we have a different opinion. It's not going to be like we're on Fox News and somebody's shouting at us because we said something that they don't agree with.
well, let's not get into that.
I mean, I'm not trying to make it political. I'm just saying like that's kind of like the news thing. Like you see people yelling at people on that station.
Yeah, let's get into politics. Everybody loves
I'm not trying
that.
to do that. I was not trying to step into that
No,
realm.
I'm just joking.
When I think of people disagreeing poorly, that's what I think of.
That's what yeah. I think streaming, well, that's the whole, so as far as disagreements, the big thing was recently Big E did the thing about follower only mode. Now, I know multiple streamers who have built pretty good fan bases by having it on since they've started. They've had follower only mode on and they average around 20 to 30 now. And they've been streaming for about 8-ish months since I've been doing it. So,
like how many?
How many what?
How many people you know like that?
3. I mean, 3 out of millions, but I only know so many. Hey, I can only know so many people, you know?
I've accidentally walked into follower only channels before, and I've never witnessed that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, obviously, since you know there are 3, but it's an instant nope from me.
Don't get me wrong. It is frustrating when you do get rated and someone has... I did dislike it for the longest time until I realized you are allowed to run your stream how you want. If that involves follower only, it is totally fine. It's the fact that some people are so, I guess, part of that Twitch mindset, if you will. That's not the way to... You're not going to grow. There's these assumptions that other streamers make for other streamers. That is crazy.
I'm not going to add anybody for running follower only mode. Like, if you want to do it that way, that's your business. But I'm not bringing my community over to them.
Yeah. Well, that was...
It's nothing against them. It's just I'm not going to take my community over to somewhere where they can't interact.
Talking about rating specifically, even using the system that you...
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody's in my community and running follower only mode, I want my community to be able to seamlessly transition from one channel to another, and if they have to drop a follow and wait 2 minutes or whatever before they can talk, that's not a seamless transition.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But that's on you for not doing the research beforehand.
Well, no, I always do. Like always.
But that's fine. If you choose not to raid that person for that reason,
Yeah.
The
And it's
person
nothing
with
against
follower
that
only,
person.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
The follower with the person with follower only mode on doesn't care whether you raid them or not.
Yeah, that's
Which
right.
is so crazy to think, because that's what everybody wants, that raid.
It's not though. It's
Yeah.
not.
It
I
shouldn't
didn't
be.
realize this for the longest time, but not everybody wants to grow on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's why Twitch advice, and I saw somebody say it before. You can't assume why people are doing Twitch.
Yeah.
And people are going to be selective when it comes to which advice they take and which advice they leave behind. But that's part of being a grown human. So
Yeah.
Grown.
Well, that's why I've started most of my videos on TikTok, most of my recent ones now, with, hey, if you're trying to treat Twitch like a business, or then this is for you. If you're treating it like a hobby, go do you. You know, like it's something along those lines.
I think
because that's who my target audience is.
Yeah, I think Gameologist, I know McQueeb, you follow Gameologist, always goes those counterpoints, talking about like this. I don't want to be the excited streamer. I don't think you need to have a certain react. Like I was on a podcast Thursday, and the dude was just like, so you raid, one of the questions like, so you raid into someone and they don't get excited, what do? I was like, nothing. I go, okay, have fun with my lurkers. Like that mindset is, if you don't get excited for the raid, or you don't have the expectation of how this person's going to act. I was like, dude, that's their stream. And he was like flabbergasted. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, that's his stream. If he doesn't want to be excited, that's for him. You should have done reason. And it like blew this dude's mind. He's like, I don't get it. He also was just like, why aren't you affiliated? And I said, because I'm a baller. Go to my Patreon. Call to action.
so last night somebody dropped 20 gift subs, right?
Okay, yeah.
And it was just before they left the stream. They just wanted to be generous.
Yeah.
And it was a really wonderful moment. And I got I got a little bit hype. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. That's totally amazing. You're a legend. Absolute pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
But that was it. Like, I didn't get up out of my chair, right? Like I didn't, and I think possibly some people get excited by that, and I could potentially be making more money if I was to do that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna be someone I'm not on my stream. That's more important to me.
It's the best way to do it too. Like, you don't want to put up a fake front, if you're streaming.
But why is that? Because it's so true. The people who get the most emotional, and this is just an observation, this might not be true at all, but the people who put out so much emotion when getting tips or any sort of support in that way, it tends to like feed into the hype train. Literally the hype train.
It gives
Sugar
people
crash.
dopamine.
Sugar crash.
And so I mean, like, I've raided into people, and like I used to love doing raids on small channels. Like, I'd go and find somebody who had 0 viewers.
Yeah.
And we'd drop 20, 30 people on them, just because it's definitely a dopamine hit to find somebody who's trying to do it. And of course we do a little bit of research. Like, the mods will go and look and be like, okay, this person is paying attention to chat. They do have decent enough sound to where they can talk. But we would raid into these people, and it would just be like we open the gates of heaven to them, and it was like, oh my God, and there's a huge dopamine hit from that. But then you raid people, and then just like, oh hey, yeah, you're here, appreciate you, and then they go back to what they're doing, and it's definitely, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's a bit of a letdown when you don't get that hit. But I mean, I'm not faulting them for, like, I'm not gonna get mad about it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be appreciated.
I don't think it is.
There's some people that don't say thank you, and that kind of irks me a little bit.
That is weird. But that's the thing. Once again, some people, it does come off very odd. I didn't slight the guy for when I gave that response. He was just like, what do you mean? And I was just like, hey, some people don't get excited like that. That's just, they might be shy. Yes, they're on Twitch. They're in a public space where they let people come in and they can act however. You can be rated, you can blah, blah, blah. They set themselves up. But it is semi-disappointing, is I guess still a strong word, when someone isn't excited for the fact that you're bringing over, say, an exciting group. It's just that, it's that expectation that unfortunately you have to defeat. But I don't think it's wrong to, maybe you do find someone that you trust with a raid, go in there, and they're just not having the day. You're like, come on, we're here for you. And they're just like, nah, it's thanks guys, but that's cool. and then go on with their game. So it sucks. It's shitty behavior, but that's the nature of the beast, and you can't be angry. You can just kind of move on, unfortunately. But
there's something to be said about that too. Like a lot of the advice that you hear on Twitch Talk now is if you're not having a good day, just don't stream.
Oh, I've been seeing that a lot.
I have definitely canceled streams because of certain like mental issues, like just it's a bad day. Like I'm not going to be able to put on a show. But it's hard for me to do that. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel guilty
when I do that, but if I don't, I regret it every single time. Yeah. If I push myself through, 9 times out of 10, I even there's sort of a meme in my household. I'll go up to my wife and I'll say, I should stream tonight. And she's like, do it if you feel like you should. It does make you feel better sometimes, but ... right? And I've found more often than not, it has the adverse effect. And I always regret it. Mental health, number one. I'm 41 this year and I'm going to lose it if I'm not careful. So I need to really rein in and look after myself first. So
yeah, I came from that music background where you couldn't just cancel the show, and that's kind of where my mindset was when I came into Twitch.
Yeah.
People are expecting me to be there, and obviously they're not buying a ticket, but some of them paid for subs, which is kind of the same thing. And it took me a long time to realize that it was okay. Now, obviously, you don't want to do that for a month straight, but if it's like Friday, I really didn't feel like streaming. Like I was not in a good headspace. I'd been locked in this room for 4 days at that point because, by the way, COVID test came back negative, so I'm good.
Hey.
But I'd been locked in this room for 4 days at that point, and it was kind of messing with me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to get on stream, but I did, and it wound up okay, and I actually felt better after doing it. But it's still like it feels weird when I cancel.
Every time I've streamed when I didn't want to stream, I felt better when I stopped streaming. So it's like that. It's that high.
Yeah.
And I haven't had it yet. This past Monday was the first one where I went into the stream. I mentioned this earlier, and I didn't really have a plan, like at all. Normally I have a semi bit of plan what I want to do, but even at the end, I was happy that I did it because a couple of the homies came through. Night Owl, what's up? I know you were there, but like I always feel better after a stream, and is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because that goes into the whole, that's why people stream.
Personality thing.
I'm sorry, I feel good. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
But like toxic positivity, I guess.
No. That's a good thing
that's not
for
toxic
you.
Positivity. Yeah.
I guess
toxic positivity is good vibes only. That's what toxic positivity is.
I guess so.
It's the exclusion of any other human any other human emotion other than happy. That's what toxic positivity is.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all twisted to me. Emotions are hard. Ugh, yuck.
You're like me, Jordan. You're like me in the sense that I feel like you feed off of other people's energy, and if you don't get that, I bet you start feeling down. Am I right?
Maybe before, but no. I'm pretty good at, like, if I want to be a certain way, I kind of either remove myself or I try. I mean, especially within these shows, if someone boring, no offense to the boring people, comes to the show, it's my job to bring that energy up, or at least fill in. It's become a science where I do that.
Well, not necessarily just the people who are here on your show, but like in chat.
In general,
you give me the vibe of a performer, like an entertainer, like. And typically, and I think that's a good place for a streamer to be, because if you feed off of the energy that you're given, granted it's really hard at the beginning because if you have nobody watching you, nobody to feed off of, what do? Yeah. But I get that vibe off of you. I get the super chill stream vibe off of McQueeb, but
attacked,
dude. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
I'm kidding.
This conversation that we're having now is what you would expect in my stream.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the same off camera as I am right here at this moment.
Same.
I try to just maintain that, I guess.
Yeah. in the beginning, I definitely had not an act, but I came to stream thinking I had to be a little bit more up. Now I know I can take some time to get there. I'm not super worried. If you want to talk about watching viewer count, maybe then I might, if I start watching viewer count, engaging in that, like testing that out, I might start ramping things up. But now it's to the point I'm comfortable on stream. If I'm a little low energy, I know I can amp. It'll get there. I'm not worried about it. And then as far as like feeding off energy in real life, I mean, I maybe kind of like, now you have me thinking about my relationships outside. Just like, do I feed off of it? I mean, my dog's sleepy as hell. Am I always gonna be sleepy?
How have you been doing in quarantine? Is a good way to answer that. Sorry, in Panda Land.
I don't know. I'm an essential worker, so I've been out this whole time.
Can I ask why that word is censored specifically on TikTok?
What do you mean?
Or people censor themselves more to the point. I don't even think it's TikTok.
What?
I think it's got something to do with TikTok having TikTok has some way of I guess transcribing what you say in your videos.
Oh yeah.
And if they hear the word pandemic, it either gets tagged with the little line at the bottom that says, this information may not be accurate or whatever.
Okay.
So they're trying to get around that.
Speaking of TikTok, there's one sort of comment or trend or topic, I guess, especially in the streamer world, that's been brought up, and that's emotion dumping.
Ooh, that's been yeah.
So I have a story. Literally last night, somebody came in. The very first thing they said was, I just lost a friend to COVID. I was a little bit stumped. I had no mods in the room at the time, and I felt a little bit torn. I ignored the comment entirely and just moved on.
I never know what to do when that happens.
I could call them out, but I feel like that's going to bring that's going to focus on it. That's going to shine a spotlight on the one thing that I don't really want, to bring in. And it's spoon theory again, right? I only have a certain amount of emotional, what's the word?
Bandwidth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I got you, boo.
And that was one thing that I didn't want to deal with. I couldn't stop thinking about it for a moment, but I left it. After a while, I forgot about it, and I just moved on with my day. I think they got the picture because they also changed the subject very soon after. But I think I want to have maybe maybe just a button shortcut to like, I appreciate you bringing these comments in. However, I am not a therapist. I don't want that responsibility, right? At all. I don't want to have anything to do with that.
That became a problem end of 2019, start of 2020, where it just became a rampant issue on Twitch that streamers were doubling as therapists. And I never understood that. Like, obviously, there are actual therapists that do stream, and that's their thing, but they're qualified. I am not qualified to give people help like that. I am definitely an ear. Like, I've listened to people before, but like every time I do that, I'm like, look, I can't help you. I can listen. I can let you vent, but I can't help you. You need to go here and talk to someone at this website or at this number. I've had people pop into my chat that just never seen them before, no idea who they are, come in, and just the first thing they say is, I just got diagnosed with cancer.
I mean,
and
that is fucking hell.
Yeah, that is like, from a streaming perspective, like, you ever want to see a stream screech to a halt, wait for that to happen. Like, it's just like, and what do you say? It's like, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. And then you go back to playing Call of Duty. Like, it's
very tricky.
It's rough.
I haven't had that in a long while. When I first started, though, I don't know if it's obviously it happens for any level of a streamer, but whenever it happened to me, I go, okay, that's because I'm a dick, I guess. I go, that sucks, dude. This isn't the place for it. I can help you be distracted by it, and we can have a good time, but I can't talk you through it because my name's literally AnimeDatty. If there's one defense I have for everything, it's my name. Like, if I can't speak English, my name's AnimeDatty. If I can't express emotions because I'm a human husk of a person, it's like, That's all I can do is I can distract you.
69.
Yeah, the 69 might have to make a reappearance at this point. But like, it is very, very tricky. And every time that happened in my chats, I address it immediately because I think ignoring that's tricky too, because that's how desperate somebody might be. If they're being for real, if they're not a troll, hopefully they need a.
Oh, they're out there too. I guarantee
Yeah,
it.
but if it's genuine, they need a place. They need someone to talk to. And I know that I can only be a distraction, which sometimes that's all anyone needs. Like when you get home from work, you watch a movie, it's distraction. I'm a form of entertainment. I bring up conversation. That's how I handle those things. I go, I can distract you, but I can't help you. There are other methods, and then I immediately move on. I don't dwell on it at all. And if they keep bringing it back up, at that point, it just like it. I have to meme it a little bit. Like somebody came in and he was just like, yeah, but my dad used like I don't have a relationship with my dad. I was like, man, that sucks. My dad's okay, but he's just a little racist. And then I like try and turn it on its head. And then they're just like, yeah, he used to like beat me and stuff. Like, sorry, everybody, trigger warning, I guess, because I'm going through the whole story. And then it just got like worse and worse, and they kept at it. And then eventually I said, yo, dude, it's like, you're killing it. You're killing the whole energy of this chat. Like I said, we can talk about other things, but this isn't the place. I don't even have a mental health channel in my Discord. Like that's how far removed I need to be because I'm not the person. Like I address it immediately and let them know that I'm not the person. But it's tricky.
Yeah, it upsets me too when I see people who are not the person trying to be the person. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
there are a few Twitch talkers that you probably have seen. Not necessarily the people who we run with, but they're on Twitch Talk. They have
Who we run with? It's so cute. I love it.
what?
It's our clique.
You guys know who the group is that typically talks to each other.
Oh yeah, and I have issues with some of them, but we won't get into it right now.
No. The group that typically talks to each other.
Yeah.
Not them, but there are other people who are very large on Twitch Talk, and there's one in particular that I've been aware of for a while. Not even mention this name in Patreon. That's like I'm not dropping that name. I don't need that kind of heat. But this person, I'm not even using a pronoun. This person has consistently been that like therapist Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Whenever anybody has a problem, and
Oof.
this person has said multiple times that they are not qualified to do this, but they still continue to do it. And I'm like, you can do so much more damage.
Yep.
Than
dangerous,
you
yeah.
can do good.
Mhm.
Like it's like people die because of this shit.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna make a button like tonight because that's
I need to,
something I
too.
need to address immediately. If someone comes in and says something, I need to shut that down. I suggest they talk to a professional. So I'm gonna do that straight away. No.
It's tricky. I'm gonna open up. Does anybody want to jump in? Does anybody have any specific questions? We can do the quick jump in and you ask on screen if you want. Any Patreon members, or you can ask in chat, whatever you feel comfortable with. I know we've been doing the whole bounce off and everything, but I want to make sure that chat's taken care of. I pay attention to chat.
I like this format too. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like we've gone into topics that probably would not have been touched otherwise if this was a format.
That's why I asked
appreciate it.
when you did the uncanny thing. It seems very busy, which is fine. Like there are moments for those, but for me, I need to be as real as possible because, like I said, I want to make sure streamers or creatives, if you will, are getting as much information as possible so they can not spin their wheels or feel bad about certain things. I think I talk to so many streamers now that are in their heads and they shouldn't be. I had Jem came to me the other night because there's a streamer who streams also. I do see questions. I'll get to it in a second when I'm done my rant. I'm sorry. Who came to me and she's like, should I be streaming more? Because there's this other girl who started like after me and my audience has kind of moved to her, but she streams every single day. Should I be streaming every day? I'm like, no, like all the conversations we have, why would you do that? That girl's going to burn out or she's going to run through an audience and they're going to expect her to go live every day while you're building your content off of that and doing something different. No, but those questions I get every week, every other day sometimes. And it's like, this is why these, just like tips, these conversations need to happen. So
yeah, this feels more like a podcast. The uncanny thing felt more like a panel at like a Comic-Con or something where we were up on a stage and had certain questions that we were okay to answer.
yeah, yeah. Which is fine. Like,
Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it doesn't. There's no spontaneity to it. I mean, I derailed it plenty, but
If I was there, were there people allowed to talk in the audience?
no, it was everybody was muted except for us. But there was a questions channel.
I would have been in there still. So our McQueeb,
We would have got you in.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm so angry that
I would have told him to unmute you.
Yeah. So our McQueeb and AnimeDatty coming to WanCon. Sure, I'll do it. Why not?
Are you guys gonna come over to,
I'll come.
Pigeon Forge? You gonna come to Dollywood with us?
Yes, I
Hell
will.
yeah, I'll be there.
We're gonna ride the
me?
roller coasters together. Let's go.
Missed an opportunity to meet you guys. Fuck that.
I'm curious what other creators feel.
We're gonna need a bigger cabin.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're gonna need a bigger boat. Do you feel that you earned and deserve your current viewer numbers? Ooh, Pag, interesting.
You want to start with that one?
Oh,
McQueen?
that's Pagrax.
Yeah.
Pagrax and I talk regularly. We know each other quite well. Up and coming in my subgenre, right? So roguelikes and indie titles specifically. Yep. He's a lot more intelligent than me, so he plays a few games that I probably wouldn't touch, but generally the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
In answer to that question, yes, I do. It's just, yeah, I've worked hard to get where I am.
Okay, one.
That's it.
I'd say that, like I talked earlier, like I started in 2016, right? And I've worked my ass off for the last 2 years. The first few years, not so much, but I've worked hard to get where I'm at, and it's I sometimes I feel like it's a little much. Like I get the whole, that was a big thing on TikTok too, was what imposter syndrome or whatever it's called, where it's like you don't feel like you deserve whatever. I don't remember the exact definition of it. But typically I'm putting on a show, and if someone wants to support that, then I am super appreciative of it, but I'm not going to feel guilty about it later.
Yeah.
You know? I think most streamers that are at that level, I think, probably understand that. It's a when you first start out, it's weird for everybody. Like, I'm sure, McQueeb, when you first started and you got your first 10, 15, 20 subs, it probably felt weird, right?
Oh, I've been suffering from imposter syndrome still every day. It's
interesting.
I have anxiety, depression issues, as I'm sure most of us do, especially after the last year. But like, part of me looks at the outside in, so I actually put myself in the place of like my work colleagues, and I'd like, what would they think if after a work day, telling people to reset their passwords, I sit down at my computer and I continue to do that, and I perform in front of people. At this stage, I'm starting to not even care about that, because it's definitely the direction I think I want to head.
Yeah.
But I still, there's some, I can't even explain it, but sometimes before I go live, I get this feeling. It's like, it's like, should I? And then I end up doing it, and then, so it's one of those things. I still suffer from that.
Interesting.
I guess I don't understand it, and it might again be because I started doing stuff like this at such a young age. Like, I was on stage at 13.
Yeah.
So I've always been in front of people. I've always been doing the entertaining thing. Always been charging people to come see my show. And I don't know if it's because I grew up with that or what, but I've never had that feeling of is it like the imposter syndrome? I don't understand exactly what it is. Is it a feeling of I don't deserve to be doing this, or I don't deserve to be at the level that I'm at? Where does it land?
It's all of that, plus, am I wasting my time?
Ooh.
Is this
Okay.
a joke? What is this going to lead to in 10 years? It's all of that combined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been there, so I can't answer that, I guess.
I think I deserve
Speak
more
to that, rather.
viewership. If you guys aren't sharing this by tweeting it out right now, I think you're doing yourself a disservice because more people should be in here hearing this information.
I told 2,000 people about it. I mean, I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, no, it's I'm very, very, like I said, I right now usually I think my last stream one with you was, I think our peak was 44, and that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I still consider myself like a 10-person Andy. I don't think I have like imposter syndrome by
Person Andy.
yeah, it's a saying.
Who's Andy and why does he only have 10 people?
I don't know. That's what like Devin Nash says is like a thing.
You wait till you become 1,000 viewer, Andy.
Yeah.
I don't think I will ever break 100. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think the potential with
I
this.
think you will.
I think that's bullshit.
I think you will.
I just don't. I when I was on that podcast, the dudes were like, "What are your goals and where do you see yourself?" And I was like, "Fuck, what is my goal?" I'm so my concentration is just having good conversation that the idea of what should my numbers be at is so alien. I just want to be involved in so many things. I'm part of the reason why I'm glad I'm not worried about like affiliate and getting money in is just I'm so worried about this being the thing is I don't know, like I'm proud. I think I guess I'm where I should be with numbers, but it's different for everyone, especially for this, whatever I'm doing, the live podcast only. I have nothing to gauge it off of really. I mean, there are other podcasts, there are other people doing this. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, like what makes me different from them where I should have more viewership, you know? I don't know. It's weird.
It's just exposure at the moment. That's it.
Is it?
All you have really to grow from, because you're not going to grow on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
All you really have to grow from is TikTok. Your clips on
YouTube.
TikTok.
Yeah, but my clips don't do all that great sometimes, and it makes me sad.
I mean, that happens to everybody. Though.
That was everybody though, yeah.
So
Especially in today's algorithm.
Yeah.
Yep, I've heard that apparently the algorithm is designed to keep you chasing, to keep you on the platform, and to keep you like. There's a reason one or two of your videos will get a couple of 100,000 views, and then all of a sudden you're back to a couple of thousand, whatever.
Yeah.
That's by design. It's meant to do that.
Yeah. But doubling back, Aaron did ask what our rituals are before stream. That's apparently a famous question, a popular question. What do you guys?
I'll tie that in with her second question in that it looks like Juan and I have a uniform. Yes, black t-shirt and cap must be wearing. Quick question for Pisces, if you're still in the room. V-neck good, or should I go crew?
I think Pisces is out on
I'm
that.
actually out of
Honestly,
uniform tonight.
if I've spent the day at work, all I want to do is forget that. I don't have a schedule, so I'm kind of on. I guess I'm lucky, and it's freeing to me. If I don't feel like streaming, I don't have to. If I feel like streaming, I finish work at 6. I used to try to go live pretty much at that moment, but now I'm like, I'll spend a couple of hours with my wife. I'll, go have a shower, whatever, and then, we that's it.
That's
it.
the ritual.
So yeah, that's it.
Not bad. Juan?
My ritual is typically frantically trying to figure out what's going to break that night and fixing it beforehand.
Yeah.
I will routinely forget to turn on a bot because I have a bot for my lights that lets chat play with the lights, and you get a follow, things happen, which the wife hates because I have those scattered around the house, and some people found out about those lights, and I forget to turn them off regularly. So it could be 3 a.m. and we'll get a follow, and all of a sudden our house looks. But yeah, it's screwing with the lights, screwing with getting something to eat as quickly as possible because I never remember to eat until 5 minutes before stream, and that's what starting soon screens are for, right? And as far as the uniform thing goes, normally I'm in an Extra Life shirt, which they're dirty right now. So send memes, right? I figured this was appropriate for Jordan. And then the hat. The hat has come off on stream one time, and it was when somebody donated $50 to Extra Life just because they wanted me to remove my hat. So, there's definitely uniform.
Back the tank tops. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube, some of my first videos, I'm in a tank top like a bro. I'm giving advice on how to use certain programs. I did tips because that's what I thought I had to do, and I was wearing a tank top like a bro. I had like little curly. It's bad.
Never put on a tie because you'll wind up like corporate Brit.
Yeah, which I love, but yeah, you got the
He looks
uniforms.
good in a tie.
He does. I just have a hat. I don't scramble. When I started the stream up, my camera app updated and everything looked like garbage, so that was fun. My pre-stream ritual, I don't know, get home from work on clips, eat. It's boring. I don't have a pre-stream ritual. Everything kind of is already. If I can, I'd set everything up. It's very standard, nothing crazy. I do occasionally sacrifice a goat, but I think that's only because of the little Nos stuff going around. I don't know. It's been weird. I've been seeing a lot of satanic stuff, so.
So on if I can just follow up real quick,
Nova?
A little more serious answer to that question. Yes, check the basics of your technical flow, right?
Yeah.
Camera, microphone, check OBS, make sure those little VU meters are going. Make sure your scenes are switching correctly. Very basic stuff. Takes 5 minutes, but if you don't do that and you have to deal with it in the middle of a stream, that can be really, really stressful.
Yeah.
I made a new transition for Wednesday because we're doing this thing now called Weird Wednesdays where I play, I guess, indie games, but like weird indie games like Little Misfortune. We did the Stanley Parable last week, which loved both of those games. Freaking amazing. If you haven't played Little Misfortune, I think we talked about this last time, but that game, they're not paying me, guys. I'm not no hashtag non-spawn. But the game is great. But yeah, so we've been doing that, and I made a transition that comes in with the 3D thing. Doors open up, and it says Weird Wednesday.
Yeah.
On Friday, I forgot that was a thing, and I went to go live, and it said Weird Wednesday.
Nice.
So yeah, check everything, because whatever you don't check, that's what's gonna break.
Real quick, Night Owl did ask. Oh, real quick. Unsable said crew neck or death. McQueeb, in case you didn't see that.
So are you suggesting that the V-neck is not a good look on me, or would you just say that crew necks in general are better? Like I need detail here.
You got to get
we can jump on a call after. It's totally fine. Let's not derail the stream.
You got to get the chest hair showing. That's what it is.
Been going back to the gym. Got that. V.
I straight up
show the mammal.
There's nothing there now. I trimmed it all. It's gone.
And then
everything's looking good on McQueeb. Okay, I see how it is, Pisces.
I'll take it.
I shaved for you, Pisces.
I'll live with it.
Look at, well, I'm not quite as bushy anymore.
I also shaved. I can also be another hatted white guy with a beard.
Apparently, we're competing for secondary, Jordan.
That's fine. I'll take third. Bronze is fine.
I saw Aaron said mukbang, and it made me think of something that I want to get y'all's opinions on. Do you eat on stream?
No.
I made a TikTok about this, and people attacked me for it.
Those people are wrong, and that's fine. They're allowed to be wrong. Also, I don't like it when people smoke or vape on stream. I know you do occasionally, Juan, but
yeah, I'm doing it throughout your entire stream right now.
I know
that's good information to have. An hour into it,
you're fine. You're fine. You're totally fine. Like there's a way.
I'm trying to mute every time I do it.
That's the thing. As long as you mute, but it's still that like everyone has their ticks. I play with my mic. Hopefully, it hasn't been too squeaky, McQueeb. Like I have my ticks.
I can't hear a damn thing. It's wonderful.
WD-40 baby. But like yeah, eating. No thanks. If that's your stream, cool. If it's a mukbang, cool. Whatever. But yeah, if you just start eating on stream, you're like, oh, I just need some dinner, and you're like. I'm like, hey, this is a show. I don't watch, like maybe a drink here and there because hydrate. But yeah, I'm no thanks. Absolutely no thanks. I can't say it enough. No thanks.
In that video, I said that it was unprofessional to eat on stream.
I'd agree.
And I got so much hate for that.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Yeah. To each his own.
I still get comments on that video.
Good.
Like from what 6 months ago.
It's not our jobs to tell people how to run their streams, right? But
no,
me personally, if I can, well, one, if they're eating an actual meal and they're cutting away to adjust chatting screen, and that's one thing, right? But if they're in the middle of a game, even candy or chips or there's one TikToker now, she's growing up in views because of she's got like a will it stream, so she'll open up like this type of candy or whatever. It's an entertaining thing, but
Yeah.
I don't like that. I've got that sensory whatever they call that problem, where it makes me irrationally angry to hear that noise. Okay.
You do not want to go to the movies with me. That's all I gotta say.
But drinks, I will always always have. Shout out to Red Bull, who still hasn't sponsored me.
Yeah, what's up, Red Bull?
But your DMs are open, right?
Yeah, just send an email. If one thing I've learned, I'm just gonna start sending emails to companies now, shamelessly. So.
Oh, I did that for Red Bull.
Oh, you did? Oh,
They replied actually. It was a nice response. They said that we're currently only sponsoring professional esports teams and that kind of thing. But that was nice. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
At least you got an email
So
back.
it's not
I
a
sent one to
no.
a Scotch company. They didn't say shit to me.
No movie date for
we wrote that email on stream too.
Ooh, that's a fun idea.
I sent an email, a sponsor me email to Cuddy Sark Scotch. Because at the time we were drinking a lot of Cuddy Sark Scotch on stream.
I think anything can be a sponsor, right? Like that's like anything, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chobani and Cinnabon, hit me up.
You could totally be a Cinnabon streamer.
Night Owl asked a question earlier.
Yeah,
how has partnership changed the way that I approach my content? I don't think it really has. Because I never did that push for partner. Often what you hear is that people are so invested in getting to the 75, and if they do make partner, they sort of stop that, and then they just go back to their regular content. Because I had sort of steadily grown to the numbers that I'm at, nothing's changed,
Yeah.
Like it's nice that I can add that to an email if I'm talking to a PR rep or something like that, but it doesn't mean a whole lot, in all honesty. It's like I said to Datty last week, it's affiliate plus. That's
affiliate plus. I love that.
There's so many streamers I just want to call out that have been doing the partner push and then they get the reject letter at the reject, sounds so,
that's exactly what it is.
And they're like, we can keep doing it. Come on, everybody, stick to it. It's like, if you didn't get the first time, you need to fully just dial back and consider why you didn't get it and not just reapply as soon as you're able to or whatever. You have to wait like 2 weeks, I think. Like, that's not the point. How do you not get that? And then how do people like...
It's Twitch's fault. It's Twitch's fault. And I've said this before as well.
Yeah.
Twitch have gamified the site, right? So like it's, oh, cool. You need X number of viewers and this amount of watch time or whatever. I'm an affiliate now. Cool. I start making money and I'm getting all these achievements, right? Like raid out X number of times.
Never look at the achievements.
Whatever. They've also then added this partner requirement, but it's a bare minimum, and a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah. There's so much more that goes into it, and you have to speak to that. During that letter that goes out.
The thing that angers me is not also the people doing those pushes, but the people supporting it for lack of a better term, it's gonna be vulgar. It's just sucking the dick of anyone who's pushing partner. Just full on like, you got it. Hashtag whoever for partner. Come on, we can do this. It's like, is that really like, why is that what you? I get wanting to help other people again, but no, there's got to be more to it.
It's feeling like you're a part of something as well.
Yeah, I guess I'm just such a fucking loner. I'm like, nah, do it on your own.
I really like. So one of the common things is when people do get accepted, there's an email that comes out and it looks like it's got like a Harry Potter theme. There's an owl and it's carrying a letter, right? Yeah. It's a cool picture. But people post that on Twitter or their socials when they get it, and I love seeing those. They excite me legitimately. I'll go in, and if I know the person, I'll say like, incredibly well done. You deserve this. It's about time, kind of thing, right? Yeah. But yeah, somebody said it just before. The partner push is interesting. Yes. Yeah. It's not just about reaching 75 viewers at all. There's a lot more that goes into it than that.
The partner push for me feels like the next step, like it's like the next tier above follow for follow in my mind.
Same.
That's what the partner push feels like.
Same.
It's not organic. It's
yeah.
not helpful for your. It's like the people who are paying $5 a month to get affiliate by subscribing to Monster Cat Gold.
Is that still live?
I don't know.
No, I think they killed it.
I think they killed it too.
should have.
Very
They
early,
should-
like
they
day
should
day
have.
2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's obviously it's infinitely harder to get partner than it is to get affiliate.
Oh yeah.
Anybody with a tablet and a phone can get affiliate, but like partners so much harder to get, and if you're not getting it organically, why it doesn't help you in the end. Just like if you don't get affiliate organically, if you do use a tablet and a phone and get affiliate, that you're no better off than when you started.
I don't disagree with that, by the way. I think that's essentially the only way you can grow on Twitch is by doing that, because 3 viewers versus 1 viewer in any game puts you way up here, right? Versus, where you would be otherwise.
Yeah, anything you can do to get out of the 0 viewer pit is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's some people call it cheating, some people call it gaming the system or whatever. It's playing smart is what it is.
Damn, I had something I was going to say and I forgot it immediately. What was he going to say? Oh, that's it. I have a video that I posted a while and I reposted of my buddy Josh, Frostbite. If you go to my TikTok, it's Frostbite. You might be able to see it from the thumbnail. His comments hit so hard because he was part of the communities where we helped each other get affiliate. He said, I felt like I didn't deserve it. Thanks to all the people that helped me get affiliate, but I didn't deserve it, and it feels bad. He didn't earn it. It didn't feel right. He wishes he could go back and do it all over again because he didn't build the content the right way. It's not sustainable. I was up at 10, 15 people, and as soon as I got affiliate, immediately it went to 1. It went to 1 to 2. I was like,
Can I say something a little bit controversial here?
Yeah.
He shouldn't feel bad because the bar is so low for affiliate. It is ridiculous how easy. It's almost like, if I may, it's designed to be easy to get.
Yeah.
Because Twitch want to lock you into that 24-hour exclusivity period. That to them is worth immeasurably more than anything else.
Yeah, he shouldn't feel that way, but it's the fact that everybody.
Affiliate is a gateway drug.
Yeah, everybody. That's
exactly that. Yep.
That was Night Owl. I can't take credit for that, but it's.
Yeah, no, that's just what it is. It feels like everybody hypes it up though. Affiliate for some people, it's hard to do if they don't just do the simple like put your phone up, blah blah blah. Yeah. Some people that I've talked to earlier in my early interviews were trying to get affiliate for 6 years because they just weren't putting the work in outside of that. Beyond, there's obviously. There's a click.
I have to ask at some point if you're streaming for 6 years to a couple of viewers, at what point do you say you've got to be reflective at that point and say I'm doing something wrong, like way wrong if that's where I'm currently sitting, or maybe I should try something else.
That point is around year 3. Can confirm personally.
There you
go. Because it'll be I think 6 years in June for me, and year 3. That's when I said I'm streaming to nobody. I gotta change something. So, granted, I was treating it as a hobby before that.
That's the other thing. It's the click of like, what do you truly want, and do you go like when I first started streaming, I sort of was like, okay, a little bit of fun, and maybe a couple weeks in. I was like, I think I can maybe take this seriously because that's the type of person I get super obsessive with the stuff I get into, my hobbies. And then I realized you can technically make a career out of stream. Obviously beyond that, it's brand building, blah, blah, blah. But I did all of the research. Like any of the tips that I found when I finally got to TikTok, I was like, this means nothing to me because I did all of that tip work beyond it. Every hair seller, every people who weren't hair seller, like I did all of that work. So I got out of affiliate like quickly because I started building these connections outside of it. Yeah. And it takes that type of person too. And some people unfortunately won't do that and they'll stream for years and not get affiliate and blah, blah, blah. They'll just stream, which it's weird though, because there's the occasion where people can just go live and then build something from it. Cause for whatever reason it happens.
That occasion is happening fewer and fewer.
Yeah.
Like there's too many people. There's 9.2 million active Twitch channels right now.
Yeah.
Like that was the number at the end of 2020. was 9.2 million. Like it is no longer small fish in the pond, it's small fish in the ocean now. And that's not ever going to get any better. Like even if we go back to some sense of normalcy, these people have accounts now, and some of them will fall off. But Twitch is becoming mainstream, right? Is there even back at 2016 when I got into it, it still wasn't mainstream. Like if you told somebody you were a Twitch streamer, eventually somebody would be like, "What the heck is Twitch?" You know. Yeah. Now you say Twitch, and it might as well be Facebook. Like everybody knows what Twitch is.
A good bit, yeah. It's getting there for sure.
You're going to find some people that don't, but it's rare. What's up?
If I can, Ski was taken, said, do you still have to do the 24-hour thing as a partner? Yes, you do. The default contract is that it's virtually identical. I've read both cover to cover. There are, like Pagrax just mentioned, personalized contracts. That's between, individuals when they probably reach a certain level or have representation that can negotiate contracts on their behalf.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, that was one of the things in the after party last time. I'm not going to go too deep into it because you should be, checking out Jordan's Patreon for that.
Yeah, we're gonna start signing off soon here, and we're probably gonna have a little bit of an after show. But
yeah, we talked more about that in the Patreon thing. Going back to affiliate though, like it being such a low bar, the community aspect is a big part of that for the people that I know, right? So like in the Discord, we have a lot of people who have not hit affiliate, and we do kind of try to help them with that, but the people who have success are the people who are outgoing, the people who are getting that name recognition, right?
Yeah.
Ski's actually a perfect example of that. Did you have affiliate when you came in, Ski? I can't remember, but whatever it is, Ski is doing very well. I'm not gonna say her numbers because that's her business.
Yeah.
But Ski's doing very well right now, and she's constantly making friends in the Discord, and barely had affiliate. Okay,
there you go.
But she's constantly talking to people, constantly out there. She's got that name recognition. So if you can find a place, like if you're out there as a small streamer and you're trying to, I'm not saying come hang with us. You're welcome to, but what I'm saying is if you can find a place that has people like that, where you can get that name recognition, you can make friends, because that's all networking is making friends. Even here in Jordan's chat, talking to the people who are here, if you're a streamer out there and somebody sees you live, they're gonna go, "Oh, I know who Pagrax is. I saw them over at AnimeDatty's channel," or I know who Night Owl is, etc.
Is that Night Owl with an L or a 1?
Looks like a 1.
1. Oh, interesting choice. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying is if you can get that name recognition, that is worth its weight in gold. Like it's super important. So if you're out there trying to grow, get your name out there.
I will say, since I've been so present on TikTok through so many different creators now, when I show up to chats, it's either, oh my god, it's the shit talker AnimeDatty, or it's the interview guy. It's one of those two.
Yeah, but you're a thing. They know you.
Yeah, good.
If that's the case, Jordan, are you looking to make a change so that sort of slowly shift that needle to the interviewer guy? Because I see so much potential in this show, and we can talk more about this later.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talk almost daily as it is. Get rid of
No, you can't. Everyone, by the way, everyone in chat, we're dating now, and we're all going to Olive Garden. McQueeb, WanHit, we're definitely going out after this and getting drinks, and we're all.
I do seriously wish, because I don't have any real online friends. I do wish we did live closer. And obviously the pandemic wasn't a thing, but
legitimately, as soon as
WonCon 2022,
WonCon, hell yeah,
are coming.
As soon as I can sell all my shit, I'm getting a van with satellite internet, and I'm traveling across the country to meet all.
Dude, Starlink is not that expensive.
I know. I gotta figure that out. Anyway, join the Patreon, so I can afford to travel the world.
That would be freaking awesome.
I think Tom Green's doing that right now. He's traveling around in a van just podcasting with people.
That's dope.
Which dream,
cool.
absolute dream. I could
I
come
always wonder what happened to him.
podcasting. One of the original podcasters.
He was the one that was on MTV all the time with like my bum is on the boat or my bum is on the ship, the battleship, right? That's
Yeah.
Tom Green.
Yeah, it's Tom
Okay.
Green.
I just wanted to be sure that my brain was in the right spot.
Yeah.
I had the squirrel brain. So.
Famous movie, Freddy Got Fingered. Daddy, would you
Yeah,
like some
okay,
sausage?
yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Daddy, would you
Okay.
like some sausages? Anyway, any final questions? I'm gonna wrap this up because it's 7. I know that we could probably we are gonna keep going in the Discord, but it's gonna be for Patreon only because last time it got crazy. So if you are a Patreon member, I'm gonna still be in the live channel. Jump in the waiting room. If not, it'll be up. It's still gonna be recording, and yeah, let's see what we got from the chat. This show is amazing, is what I saw. So feeling good. I'm legit,
Subscribe to Jordan's Patreon.
or just hang out. Legit.
Or wait till he gets a sub button. One of those two things.
It's never going to happen.
Are you gonna open it up to Twitch subs if you do go that route? Like if you do finally get off your high horse and get affiliate?
Well, it's
Tier 3s only.
It would have
Tier
to be
3s only.
No, it would have to be 2 or 3.
Think about it.
so
Think about it.
So many people gift subs. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably Maybe tier 2 it up. I don't know.
Or still just Patreon members, because I can still have a Patreon. It's just
Yeah, you can. I really like. I'm not pressuring you to get affiliate because I know your views on it, but I really wish you would because I would love to. I would love to come screw with you.
all my alerts are off, and they will stay off.
Yeah, that's right.
I noticed.
Yeah,
That's not the show. We're here for the conversations.
sorry. We could still screw with you.
Yeah, probably.
I'll find a way.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I put that tweet up. I was like, I'm taking all the alerts because McQueeb mentioned the follower alert thing and how it affects. I'm like, I know what I want for this show. The chat interaction is there. It's not about the alerts.
I like your setup. I really do.
Thank you.
Like,
I know
I like your platform.
McQueeb doesn't like my border, but I love my
Hey,
border.
just because I completely re-edited it when I re-uploaded it on my channel, that's okay. Don't worry
I
about it.
honestly hadn't noticed the border until you called it out.
It's fine. I love
I'm looking at it now.
It's my
And now he's
theme.
like,
It's my theme.
Hold on. Let me make this full screen. Get a good look at it.
Yuck. How dare you? It'll help when editing. Yeah.
What is that?
I'm leaving
hey,
Patreon.
not our job, right?
Katie,
Yeah,
no.
it's not our channel. It's not
It's
our
not your
channel.
channel. I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna make the most ugly border now.
What you should do is you should screen cap McQueeb's face because he's
Have
on a
you
green
heard
screen
about
already.
Canva.com?
Just screen cap McQueeb's face and make that your border. Just like capify him all
Yeah.
across the side.
It's just that he's the perfect green screen for it.
Right?
Real quick, Starlink is sadly geolocked. Yeah, I know you can't actually use it on the go, which sucks.
Oh, is it? It's not mobile.
Yeah. Don't even want to add things in chat. I just legit listen to this like it's a podcast. Perfect. Also, shouts out Crises. One of all of these chats are great. One of my first chats Crises is a fantastic streamer, and she has these conversations on her streams. Crises, a guy I gotta have you back on because really good convo. What did I miss? Sorry, everybody. Did I miss anything in chat? Questions, because I asked for questions and we went on rants because that's what I do. McQueeb is shady.
McQueeb is shady. What?
Is it
the beanie?
I'm very sarcastic. I'm very dry. I'm Australian. I lived in the UK for 4 or 5 years before moving to the States. I actually got myself into a lot of trouble when I first moved to the States. A lot of people didn't appreciate my sense of humor.
Hell yeah.
Is that going to be a Patreon story? Because I feel like that's a story.
Oh, it's not really. That's it. That's
It's
it.
just-
That's the story done.
It's bad, yeah.
You're supposed to say yes.
Oh, there you go. That alert is still on, apparently. You can hear my Patreon alert. Who's signed up for... I don't have the alert on, but the sound's still going. Can you guys hear it, or is it just me?
I can't hear it, but I've got you muted. So
I've only got Discord audio on. Yeah. So
It's like, what are you doing in my swamp? It's the Shrek song. It's like Shrek remixed. Anyway, did anybody see any other questions? Because we're going to wrap this up and still going. And I'm definitely going to do talk shit in the after show because I have so many TikTok people that I have to get off my chest. It's not even funny. I'm leaving Patreon. No, Katie, don't do that. I guess, shouts out McQueeb and WanHitWonder. Thank you so much for doing this again. I know it was, I hope it wasn't too chaotic, even though that's the show. You know.
Stop
love talking to you
apologizing.
guys.
This was fun as fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay,
I
then
really
yeah.
love talking to you guys. I'm down for this whenever.
Hell yeah.
Wait, we got a good conversation going, and this happens every single time. That's 2 for 2 now. So
Hell yeah.
I'm dope, man. This is fun.
Happens every single time. Both times that we did. it.
yeah.
All 2 times.
Their links are McQueeb. When can everybody find you? Where can they find you? Do all that good stuff. Self promo.
Twitch.tv/McQueeb. That's MCQEEB. I don't have a schedule, but most nights in Pacific time, because that's the only time zone that makes sense. Somewhere around 6 to 8 p.m. ish onwards. I usually stream 5+ hours most nights, and it's Indie Game Central, mainly roguelikes. That's it.
All right, you've had a whole podcast, Juan. Hit us with.
Oh no, I still don't have an elevator pitch.
Okay, well, let us know when we can find you all.
I mean, I'm you know, I'm a variety streamer. I stream in Central Time because that's the real time zone, and it's 6 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can find me anywhere social media is a thing, with the exception of Facebook. I guess I won't down talk Facebook because you seem to like it, Jordan. But yeah, WanHitWonder everywhere. You type it in, it's you'll find me.
Unbelievable. All right, everybody.
I'm not the one guy on YouTube that has like chicken fights though, because apparently there's some dude on YouTube that like it's Wan space hit space wonder, and he's literally got cockfighting videos on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Which I kind of feel like is TOS for them, but
Eh.
yeah, found that after I picked the name.
I don't have anyone to raid right now. Nobody I trust with this audience is raidable. Does anybody have any suggestions that this might vibe with, or should I just cut stream? That's
Just cut it, dude. I did the same thing last night.
Oh, hey guys.
I ended at like 4 a.m. and I looked at my following list. This is the reason I wanted to make that TikTok in the first place, right? And I think I will still. I'll figure out a way.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely want more people to watch, because I don't follow many people.
We can talk about that in the Patreon, because
There
I
you go.
did something like that, McQueeb, which is why the Discord is as big as it is.